Well, here we go. I'd like to say it's about heart-head coherence. Heart-head coherence. Now, heart-head coherency will foster the optimal neuroplastic environment in your head. Now, this is going to promote higher cognitive, intuitive, cognitive flexibility, enhance the emotional regulation. By that I mean more positive feelings, increased, again, the intuitive abilities in processing, more faculties open, and then the quantum level of reality influence. Your belief, your receipt, you are the reality, right? Okay, well then, when governed through the heart-head coherence, thoughts become the neuropathic, tonic means to the end that you want versus the neurotoxic stressors. Excuse me. Now, with the tonic, you're manifesting expansive consciousness instead of reinforcing subliminal messaging from the subconscious mind that you are limited. The old pathways are limited. Let them go. I just, in my own means to the end, have gone forward and did some dig deep in thoughts, neuroplasticity. Now the discoveries of that would change how I think probably might have an impact on you as well. So therefore, I share like I'm supposed to, more likely to have that consciousness coherence in the moment we need it coming up. Now, if people like us really understood before being understood, I guess, but the understanding would be the depth of neuroplasticity in the entire reality, and it shifts your consciousness, your choice. All right, profoundly, there are some things that you might, write down. And that is that the neuroplasticity doesn't stop. It evolves as you evolve, revolve as you revolve. Two different things. Now, this is your personal sci-fi. This is the science. Belief in you. Now, the old science believed that the old science around the, Newtonian physics believed that the brain stopped growing as an adult. I knew it was garbage. I know we can have access to theta wavelength. Where else is this artistic world we live in as adults produce come from? We know the brain continuously adapts. We are aquamarines at the bottom of a sea of air, and the thoughts and emotions and behavior can be reshaped by neural architecture at any age. In neural architecture at any age, it's up to you. Train of thought matters. If you learned one thing from just thinking, know that your neuroplasticity, your thoughts actually physically rewires the brain. Or not. Your thoughts have weight. I know it's hard to imagine that, but we're into the quantum fix-its for sure. So the weight of your thoughts literally can change the brain's structure. Eiffel Tower. Now, repeated thoughts. Religious belief. Don't have to go to church to have one, right? That's your faith. That's where your faith is. And those repeated thoughts strengthen the neural pathways in choice and the muscle memory bulks up. Toxic or tonic? Up to you. So, to speak of tonic, the negative self-talk by the saboteur self reinforces toxic pathways, neural pathways, I should say. And while intentional positivity builds the resilience, you still have to deal with cognitive dissonance in the cognitive circuitry, in the circuits. Not pruned, you're using. Now, some will be pruned if you don't use. Thoughts are not abstract. We need to just add on to what we believe so we can find our whole self. The distance between us and who we are is quantum physics and Newtonian physics. So again, thoughts aren't abstract. They are physical imprints on our neural landscape, visionscape, dreamscape. Now, our emotions are frequencies in thought. Tone matters. It is alert for feelings. Now, the frequency, again, because the feelings are involved, the train of thought is really connected to our nervous system. The nervous system, emotional experiences. Remember, change it, convert it into an experiment. As long as your end result is positive, you wipe it out. Now, the experience encodes into neural circuits what you want, your beliefs and how deep they are. Yes, fear-based emotions like anger, anxiety, that trains the brain to expect threats. Angst can be redirected into zeal, just so you know. Love-based emotions like gratitude, joy, forgiveness, that train of thought for the brain is getting the brain's anticipations to be in coherence and abundance. That means intuition instinctively increases when you need it. Speaking of which, the heart-brain coherence, God bless Heart Math Institute, determines neuroplasticity's direction. Are you incoherent with your consciousness, what you really want, what you really should be, or are you coherent? Now, this determines the neuroplasticity's direction. You are the director. When the heart rhythms, boom, boom, are erratic, the brain loses coherence. What do I mean erratic? They're all over the place. They're not staying focused. Now the brain losing coherence leads to mental fog, cognitive dissonance, spiritual clutter, and the stress that is hungry for all of what I just said. And the cognitive dissonance continues decline. As in, I should say, it increases. When the heart sends coherent signals, totally different. The brain organizes thoughts into clarity, problem solved, or solving, and enhanced intuition. That's where the heart supercharges the brain, I just say. And then you're going to mirror neurons that make your mark a reflection of your environment. Yes, what you choose to surround yourself with, the thoughts, stimuli, the beliefs, support. Now, environment. That's your brain. Your brain has its own environment, mirrors the behaviors and emotions, emotional tsunamis, or surfing without worry. Now, these emotions, they're all around us, around you, around me. Heart math is proven. We can be sensed, though not envisioned, not being able to be seen. Now, back to what I'm talking about. This means our thoughts, your thoughts, habits, and the beliefs are contagious, addictive to you. tonic or toxic, there's a gazillion degrees of separation. So that's where your optimal may be so unique. Only you can find it. Surrounding yourself with aligned mint individuals. That means an engagement. Reprograms your neuroplastic potential. It gets you higher than you thought. Only thing that can disrupt is disbelief, sudden subconscious mind saying, no, blow it off. You can rewrite trauma. I often say, take that adult you are and you wanted your parents to be, go back and talk to that kid who didn't get it, it's fixed. This is a different level of consciousness. Trauma is not supposed to be permanent. Belief is its permanency. It's a neural pattern that should be, can be, hope it is, rewired for your wholesome self. Methods like neurofeedback, EMDR, and HeartMath Institute Coherence techniques in breathing, minimal, exhale slow and longer than you inhaled. This allows the brain to release and replace trauma-based wiring. Yes, you're just the only computer that AI depends on to become AI. Alignment, intuitively. Now, imagination does not go away. Our children wow us. That's why I love Montessori method. Now, adults, you can mount your own story via imagination and reality. They are processed the same way. Our body doesn't distinguish the difference between what's real or what's not real. The brain does not distinguish between what's real and not real. So between real and vividly imagined experiences, we create reality via the experience or the experiment. Now, if you consistently visualize a desired reality, your brain strengthens the pathways as if you were there. It's called dream reaping. It's already sown in us. Many of us ignore it and give that enterprise to someone else instead of the divine within. Now, speaking of divine within and the pathways that become real, belief can change our biology, chemistry, the epigenetics, and neuroplasticity intertwined. They really have a lot to do with how belief is managed. Belief activates or deactivates genetic expression. That means you don't have to bark as loud as your pop or mom did. Now, positive or negative, we have access to epigenetics tweak. Now, let's say you are the placebo. Okay, placebo research shows that believing in healing, not the doctor, not the medicine, believing in healing triggers biochemistry to your advantage, shifts that align with the belief. Consistency of the belief in healing. I can tell you a bunch of stuff, but it ain't about me. It's about us right now. Speaking of us, we are human. Our kinship is in we sense things. Now, sense is beyond all five. We can't touch them all, but we believe in the five. There are many more. Let's say it all based in superconsciousness of the neuroplasticity that is part of the normal circuitry. The quantum field of perceptions you produce can, through intuition, get energetic. And the sensitivity, acknowledgement by the body and the 5 sentences, helping the expanse, long as there's no resistance, expanse and awareness. And these are real, neurological, logical faculties. The heart has 40,000 sensory neurons capable of intuitive knowledge. They know. The heart has a memory. It's meant to supercharge the brain out of worry, doubt, and fear exclusively. Okay, neuroplasticity governs the development of us beyond just 5 senses in perception, expectations, and suggestions. The thinking, feeling, stacking of behavings for behavior is consciousness. It's always linked to awareness, giving you and me the power to program our reality. Now, right now, each one of us has access to AI and does something different. Intention is the attention and the concentration later that may mislead us or put us together. Now, we're placed in the attention of ourselves right now. Please visit Greg Braden and understand him and the neural pathways that may not any longer belong to us if we have too many people chip in. Mindfulness meditation and its intentional thought programming affects the subconscious mind's normality, handling 90 to 98% of our daily deeds that are essential to living, including 60,000 plus thoughts. And the subconscious is responsible in the way that I just explained. Daily actions we seek to complete, have to complete, depends. Now, conscious direction is governance of, believing in what you're thinking and it's all matching and your heart and your head are coherent. This is governance of your neuroplasticity that will sync with what is meant, our EvolveMeant. Now, culmination of neuroplasticity as a manifesto gateway is, not patting myself on the back, but I'm glad I got this consciousness because it's profound in my takeaway. Now, like me, you are not your past program. You got software you can delete. Neuroplasticity is the developer. In governing, eventually, what belief has in governing, by governing our neuroplasticity through intentional, positive trains of thought, our state of being is regulated by heart-hit coherence and expands our awareness quick. Now, we can break free from conditioned limitations. Do not conform. Renew, transform, get her done. You'll see what you've already won. Now, this break free from the limiting condition, the conditions that limit, allows us to rewire free minds, rewire neuroplasticities, pathways for expansion, evolve into the quantum fix-its in you only, for you only, to be activated, self-directed, until you have the reality of its architecture you sculpted. This is your will. Make it your way. Peace every single day.